Cause today, tomorrow,
yes,
the next day, and them days after that.
Period.
You probably had the right idea,
right,
but the wrong bitch.
Hello.
With that.
Oh my God, Tony. Tony, watch out. Don't move.
Yo, is it me or did Burger King do me fucking filthy, bro? What the fuck is this? Might as well eat a fucking egg.
I pull up at the club, VIP, gas tank on E, but all drinks on me. White man out. Fresh kicks, fresh white, tall tee, fresh NFL hats, fresh bows with the crease. White man out. Bust that nigga on the hip.
With the sweet stuff, Shawty came from Mexico, she know she got the sweet stuff. Shawty came from Mexico, she know she got the sweet stuff.
Wait, hold on, Bryce. Why you grabbing me? Hold on, Bryce. Let my mouth go. What? Bryce, hold on, now. Hold on, it's finna end like this? In front of my homies like this, Bryce? Go do it then, Bryce. I've been waiting on this. Go. Bryce, stop, please. Y'all can see my intestines and everything. He cut me open, ain't he? Bryce, come on, man. I don't even feel it, but I know he doing it. Y'all can see all my stomach, Kana, what I done ate. Y'all can see all that. What's up, man? He just giving you a quick fade, bro. Bryce wouldn't do you like that. Bryce, you fading me up? I ain't know it was cut day. Bryce, why you ain't tell me?
A person who thinks all the time has nothing to think about except thoughts. So, he loses touch with reality and lives.
These are my neighbors over here. These are $2 million homes. And then you have my house, which is across the street. When you're looking at buying real estate, buy the smallest house in the best area. I have no complaints about being the smallest house in the neighborhood. Those guys' properties are gonna push my value up. If you're looking for more real estate tips and tricks, make sure you comment below.
Hi. Were you looking through the window? Were you looking through the window? Did you miss me? I let you inside, but you just pee everywhere. Yeah. The first thing you'd do is you would go in my bed and you'd pee on my pillows. There's Dixie. Hi, Dixie. I love you.
Walk up in the to clean up froze. They don't fight you where I'm from. Like the beat, I keep a drum. You ain't got dough, little boy, you a bum. She get me brain that bitch so dumb. Used to be broke, I ain't had no funds. Now I spend it just for fun. Eat that hair, just for lunch.
You meant to call me? I thought you said you was with your girl. Oh, you not with her no more? You love me some me, like. Oh, let me go.
Netflix movies you can watch during your quarantine, part 6. Alright, first is going to be The Platform, and when I tell you, a movie has never had me so shook. So basically, prisoners who are at the top floors, they get to eat better than those who are at the bottom floors. And if you're at a bottom floor, you get scraps. And the floors are random. Each month, the inmates move to different floors, so it's not like based on your crime or anything. So in this story, we follow one guy and the experiences he went through and the things that he had to do to survive. If you just want a thriller that'll have you just like shocked the entire time, this is the movie. Next is going to be a movie called Freaks, and a dad forces his daughter to stay inside because she has superpowers and he's trying to avoid the government and, not get her killed. This is also just such another interesting concept, and the acting of this little girl is just phenomenal. Similar to The Platform, if you want another movie that's really just going to keep you on your toes and like yelling at the TV and probably cry, this is for you. This is a movie called Room, and a woman gets kidnapped and raped and she becomes pregnant and she has the child. And once her son turns 5 years old, she begins to plan a plot for their escape. Also, the direction is just brilliant. If you need a tearjerker, watch this movie.
Have you ever thought about killing me?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Sure.
How would you do it?
Wood chipper.
A wood chipper?
Yeah.
A wood chipper?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. Did you see Fargo?
We don't went through too much. You hear me? Oh, that brother. Train that mother, when we covered it.
With fame, everybody know my name when I come through. But don't nobody screaming like you. I was having visions with you, doing things, switching lanes in the Beamer with you, and swimming in deep water to save me from.
She got a pretty face, pretty waist. She's a dinner plate. She's the reason that my heart gon' break if she walk away. How you look good from the back like this?
Rated X. That means you're extra.
Excuse me, sir, you work here? Damn, you don't gotta do me like that. But can you show me where popcorn aisle is?
Damn.
What the fuck do that for?
Popcorn.
Chance on you.
Thank you.
Things I wish I knew before 30. No one owes you anything. And it's one thing to know it. Like, I can say it and know it, and then I can understand it. That truly no one owes me anything. And what this does when I understand it is it frees me up. It frees me up from having expectations of others and being on a perpetual cycle of being let down or keeping score of who's doing more for who. this is obviously the hardest with the people that you do the most for. And they probably do the most for you. That's why you're in the
Okay, the Earth is Hollow Part 2. In 1929, Richard E. Beard flew over the North Pole, being the first man to do so, and he claimed that he saw an entrance to the center of the world called Agartha. He claimed there were giants, aliens, lush green grass in the middle of the North Pole in 1929. So fast forward to nowadays, you're not allowed to fly over the North Pole. It's illegal and you'll get turned around by military personnel. Why do you think that? Second, we've never drilled below the Earth's crust. We have only drilled 7 miles deep into the Earth. They claim that they quit because of the heat, but the Earth is 30 billion miles wide, and if that were the case, it would continue to go through the last 7 miles. Why would it just stop there? Third, when ancient people were building the pyramids, they drew pictures of UFOs and aliens claiming that they helped them build it. Tell me how they made that up. So the aliens are in the center of the Earth, and they basically run this Earth. Our whole life is a lie. The center of the Earth is not the core. It's hollow. The core of the Earth is literally just a theory.
Am I dripping orange fashion? 12, they can catch me when I'm passing.
For just to blow it in the mall doesn't mean that we involved. I just put a Richard on the card. I ain't go.
Wow, this is lit.
This is insane, bro.
Okay, so I just saw this crazy thing online and I wanted to try it out for myself. It said if you put a battery in pure water, the water molecule is electronically neutral and not much happens. But if you mix some salt in the water, things are different. The salt dissolves in the water to leave behind positively charged sodium ions that migrate towards the negative tank and negatively charged chlorine ions that migrate towards the positive tank. After a couple of tries, I found the right mix and this happened.
What's up, everybody? Got some fresh artichokes right behind me. I'm gonna show you how to get down. Take your fresh artichoke, rub it with lemon. This is gonna prevent it from browning. Work the whole time in a water and lemon bath. Take a pair of scissors, remove the tips of the leaves. Take a knife, cut the tip off the whole choke. Use a potato or apple peeler to go ahead and remove the fibrous exterior from the stem. Cut the choke in half. Take a spoon, remove the center choke. You can do this while it's raw. Voila, nice and pretty. Into a bath with water, salt, lemon. Do that for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then into an ice bath to prevent them from getting soggy. From here, we're gonna season them up. A little bit of olive oil. I'm rubbing them with one of my rubs. Use whatever you have. Season them up nicely. Get them on that grill about 10 minutes. Go ahead, flip them over after 10 minutes. A little bit of lemon and butter. And you're in artichoke heaven, baby. Enjoy.
My heart starts beating, triple train, triple train, triple train. When you do what you do, when you do what you do, when you do what you do, when you do what you change. It's good to see you anyway. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday.
She see money all around me. I look like I'm the man.
Gotta maintain, stay focused. Gotta maintain, stay focused. You so clean, you the type to wash machine your clothes. You smell good, you the type to have your smell no smoke.
Okay, so yesterday I was off 2 tabs of LSD and I did a lot of thinking. Don't know how many of y'all are familiar with this, but this is the Illuminati card game, created by Stephen Jack way back in 1982. And I haven't done too much research on it, but I'm sure if you put the cards in order, it's a timeline. And these cards have been known to predict pretty crazy things. As you can see up here, we got the motherfucking 9/11. We got the Pentagon right there next to it being blown up. Keep in mind, 1980, whatever the fuck this was made in. This shit didn't happen till 2001. But I believe this is where we're at right now. As you can see though, where we're headed next does not look too good. Not good at all. And the last card talks about a rapture. I'm not into the Bible or anything, but something is coming.
Raekwon, come here.
This is my first time. I don't know how to do this. Woo! Golly, I ain't trying to do that. This is questionable. There's too many wipeouts. Take a break. Woo!
If y'all still don't think that your front cams are playing you and that you're taking your selfies wrong, I will prove it. Go to the face zoom effect here on TikTok, hold the phone up close to your face before slowly pulling it away, and that is a different person.
Ay, 10K loadout, need a whole kit. M4 lit, got 50 in the stick. Bounty on me, go ahead, come get it. Whole team strapped, and you know we all with it. Pop UAV, and we see 2 ops. Now they in the gulag. No cold blood, cause the boy too hot. Might get the kilo with the whole 100 shots. AX50 go live, no thermal. Hop in the whip, and I dip, I'm swerving. See a team lacking, pull up, serve them. Boys too weak, get the hell out my server. Place on full, man, them boys can't stop me. 2 guys up, hold my aim ain't sloppy. Down the guy on my left, right guy shot me. C4 alley-oop, send it to the lobby.
Let's go, baby!
Ooh. Ooh. What? Oh, yeah.
Them hits don't make no sense.
Ooh, damn, yeah.
Terrifyingly powerful websites, part 1. Open up an incognito tab and you're going to want to go to that'sthem.com. This is a website that allows you to search for people using literally anything that you know about. If all you have is their name, you can put that in. You can also put their zip code in. If you have their email address, you can use their email address. If you just have their IP address, you can use their IP address. Basically what it's doing under the hood is searching a bunch of places on the internet where it knows that people are likely to disclose their address or their IP address or their whatever without knowing it. Searches a bunch of those, compiles them, and gives you the results. This is super problematic because literally if you email me or give me your phone number, I can suddenly know your IP address, your home address, your mom's home address. A lot of people don't know that they're putting this much information about themselves out there on the internet for anyone for free, so be careful. Use this as a tool to keep yourselves and others safe. Part 2 is coming soon.
Alright, so this is probably one of the best kept secrets for solving the Rubik's Cube. I almost considered not sharing this with you guys because it kind of takes the fun out of it, but I figured, I don't know, maybe you could use it to like get a date or impress your friends or something. So anyways, here goes. You can solve any Rubik's Cube starting in any position using just 2 moves, and you're just going to repeat these moves over and over again. You're going to turn the left side counterclockwise, and then you're going to turn the top clockwise. So it looks like this. And you're just going to keep on repeating this sequence over and over again. And eventually the cube will start to sort of solve itself. You just keep going. Sometimes it takes a little longer than others.
Showtime, 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 yes, it's me, showtime. I got another challenge for y'all one more time. It's called a life beat, I need you at your seat. Everybody get life to this beat, let's go. Swag and toe, watch, swag out, ayy. Swag and toe, watch, swag out. Shoulders, 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 let me see them shoulders. Millie rock, Millie rock, Millie rock, Millie rock on any block. 2 steps, wiggle, wiggle, bounce, bounce. Come on, 2 steps, wiggle, wiggle, bounce, bounce. Come on, hold up. Wait, right, left, switch. Hold it, hit that Cheerio. Hey, let's go. Show 'em what it do. Show 'em that you're down with the light beat crew. Come on, let's go. Down with the light beat crew. Energy, energy.
think everyone should know that in 1949, a rocket scientist literally predicted Elon Musk and his success. And here's the proof for that. First of all, we all know who Elon Musk is. He's the CEO of SpaceX, and recently he talked about how his goal is to colonize Mars and put 50 million people on Mars. Who would govern these 50 million people on Mars, right? But in 1949, the scientist wrote this book, Project Mars, talking about how humans would eventually colonize Mars and how we would govern it. And this is where it gets weird. Just wait. Chapter 24 of this book is How Mars is Governed, right? And right here he says that this Martian government is led by a man named Elon. The Martian government was directed by 10 men, the leader of whom was elected by universal suffrage for 5 years and entitled Elon.
So nearly every single Martian habitat concept art has a dome. But in reality, I don't think we'll actually use domes on Mars. The main reason is because the Martian atmosphere is only 1% of Earth's atmosphere. This means that the pressurized atmosphere inside the dome is pushing upwards against the 1% atmosphere, and it's actually tearing the anchors out of the ground. A dome 150 feet wide would have an upwards force of nearly 1 meganewton per meter, which would require massive anchoring. But that's not the only issue. Since domes are a fixed width, the main way to add land area would be through unnecessarily complex connectors like this. One solution could be to pack dirt on top of the domes, but that's extremely energy intensive. And caves are also very energy intensive. So here's one of my favorite solutions, a flat structure with evenly distributed tensile beams. It's easily expandable, just add more flat section, and it would end up looking pretty similar to a gigafactory. And so this is why the Martian colony might look like an expanding gigafactory at first.
I'm currently standing in the first field of potatoes that we planted, so I thought I would dig one up and show you what it looks like. These are all the potatoes that plant produced. So far, so good. Still a couple weeks out from harvest, so they still got time to grow. And this is the original seed piece that was planted.
This is a highly controversial topic. In 2016, a man posted on Facebook that the local police were going to kill him that weekend. That weekend, he died under very suspicious circumstances that we will get to. Immediately following his death, his YouTube page, which contained footage from his home's camera system, went viral. One of his videos shows a large group of police officers standing in front of his house for no apparent reason in the middle of the night. Others show what he claims to be plainclothes police officers casing his property. But the most talked about video is the one where the van shows up in front of his house, revealing a guy with a fairly high-tech camera who just starts filming his house. The man was found dead in his home after it had burned down, and he was found to have stab wounds on his back and his stomach. His death was determined to be self-inflicted. However, the debate rages on online. What happened to John Lang?
Netflix movies you should watch. If you have Netflix, you need to see The Pianist. It's about a Polish pianist trying to survive during the Holocaust, and that's all I'm going to say about it because you really need to experience this completely blind. I don't want you guys to know too much about this story. All you need to know about this movie is that it's really well made, the acting's great, the directing's great, and it's also very sad, so be sure to be in the right state of mind before you see this movie. It's one of the greatest Holocaust movies ever made. It's one of the greatest movies, period. So if you have Netflix, check this one out.
Yo, stop what you're doing. Everyone knows at the top you can see your signal strength. With those little bars, what if I told you we can go into a secret sub-menu in your iPhone? There's actually a ton of different hidden menus that you can enter by entering codes. The one we're going over today is to turn those bars into numbers so you can play hot or cold with your cell service. What that means is there'll be numbers popping up so you can see if you're closer to cell service that's more accurate, instead of hanging out the window and waiting for those bars to come up. Go to your keypad and enter this code. Once it's entered, click call and it brings up this hidden menu. As you can see, it's integrated. Now there's a ton of crazy info it gives you, but we're going to go into LTE and then the second serving cell. Now what these numbers mean, they're your service strength. Basically, you want to see and make sure this one goes as low as possible. The closer to 0, the more signal strength you have. And when moving around the phone, let's say you're outside, they can change. -140 means no service. But -50, -40, that means you have good service.
how Russ, this dude right here, made $15 million off streaming money alone in 2018. He released a single every single week on SoundCloud for a year and a half straight until he blew up. That gave him so much leverage when he was signing his record deal with Columbia Records that he was able to keep all of the streaming revenue that would come from all of the previous songs that he made before signing with them. That means when Columbia Records was marketing his debut album, There's Really a Wolf, they were also indirectly marketing Russ's old music, of which he was making 100% streaming revenue from.
Fire R&B Artist, Part 4. And for the record, guys, when I make these types of videos, I'm trying to highlight and put you guys onto newer artists. We all know Chris Brown's fire. We all know Bryson Tiller's fire. Those are a given. I'm trying to put you guys onto some new stuff. Mac Ayres has the whole package. Extremely talented. Singer, songwriter, producer, musician. His whole catalog is nuts. 3 projects, Juicebox, Something to Feel, Drive Slow. If you haven't heard of him, go peep him right now. And then come back in the comments and let me know what you think. I feel like people should be hip to Pink Sweats by now, but if you're not, again, extremely talented. Has 2 projects, Volume 1, Volume 2. I can play him top to bottom with no skips. And on top of that, his visuals are absolutely crazy. Arn Ray, an extremely fire cat from Cincinnati. He's got a project called Platinum Fire with a bunch of crazy features on it. Just recently dropped the Faces 2 EP. Definitely check him out. And lastly, Georgia Smith. If you listen to R&B, you should know Georgia Smith. Enough said.
Hi. So I was gonna do a dance, right? But I looked at my thighs and I was like, talk about thunder thighs, man. Look at my eyes too.